Hey guys, canvassing. Canvas. Canvas. Okay. Oh, canvas. So let's get started. So let's take a look at this thing. Roll of number 10, duck. I have no idea what duck means, but it's a duck cotton, number 10. Or 8. Whatever the small one between 8 and 10, I don't remember. Yeah, so nice big roll of, I think it's 60 inches across. Let's see this way. Okay, so I got it up. Yeah. So it's up. Okay. So I'm just gonna put the canoe in, and I'm gonna adjust the tightness and see how it is once the canoe's in. So since no one's around to help me get this in, it should be pretty funny. This thing's not too heavy. This thing's probably gonna fall to the ground. Alright. Okay, sort of cradle. Don't try this at home. Sheesh. Well, that was interesting. Okay, so our canoe's in this little cradle. Not sure. Yeah, I think this is okay. Stretched across. I mean, I can tighten this up a bit. Okay, so here begins the canvassing. So what are we gonna do? What do we need to do this? First thing, pliers. So I looked everywhere for these because on most of the forums that I found and the suggestions that I got, they said to get some canvas pliers, and I kept on seeing this particular model, and I couldn't find it until I finally stumbled upon these, and I found out why I couldn't find them, because they're not canvas pliers. They are the sheet metal pliers. So canvas pliers don't lock. I guess there might be some that lock, whatever, but these lock, and they're sheet metal. So finally I was able to find this by Irwin, which is a company I love. I got most of my clamps are with that. Anyway, so these is actually quite inexpensive. I got it for like 20 bucks at Canadian Tire. So look for that. Sheet metal clamps. Pliers. So this will make your life, if you're like me and you're doing this alone, this is a lifesaver, because it will lock onto the canvas and you'll be able to do one hand and staple. So second thing, which is basically saying it, is what am I using to attach the canvas to the canoe? Traditionally, it was using the same nails we used, same tacks that we use for the planks. I'm going to be using staples. The only problem is, the only stapler I have is this Power Shot, which is great for most things. I've never had a problem with the strength, but these staples are 1/2 inch. I'll see. I'll start doing it if I see, and the first couple, even if it sticks out a bit, I might just be able to hammer it in. Because I don't feel like buying a new stapler. They're I don't know how expensive they are. They're probably not that bad, but I mean, if I can use what I have, I'm, you know, save the money where you can. So the staples, you really gotta watch out. You have to get stainless. Okay, so it says on the packet. You know, it's kind of hard to tell when you're looking for it, but it has this red stainless steel. Okay, right when we get to the point that we're going to be folding the ends over, I'll be putting this mastic filler against the end and then folding the canvas over. It's gonna ensure that whole vulnerable section is sealed. So I don't know. No matter how much I tried to look into this, I was never able to get like really detailed explanation. So I'm going to put a couple of staples on this side, and so that once I start pulling on the other side, it doesn't bring this down. Yeah, this first staple did not go through, so I might have to. I might really have to go get a stapler. All right, well, let's try number 2. I got, I hope, a more industrial size stapler, and we'll try this again. So I also checked around for the slippage, the fact that I was pulling on one side and it was kind of slipping out on the other side, and so it seemed that I needed more weight. So I went out and got more weight. And is that good? So luckily this is properly supported. So I got a couple sandbags on the inside. You can barely see that. There's sandbags on either side. So those are 18 kilos, so another 40 pounds each. And then I still have my anvil and my son. So let's try this out. So to go through this, basically start from the middle, about the middle, and I go 3 feet that way till about the curve, and then I'll go and do the other side, and then we'll keep going from there. See, mets là en dessous, mets là en dessous. Okay, so mettre the tack. So you want to get the tacks right in the rib, and you want to put it about 1/8 of an inch below the top here. There we go. That's much better. Still have to hit it a bit, but a lot better. Maybe I was just a bit loose there. So it's good. We'll take it one step at a time, and you want to make sure that you get a little bit of, you want to pull it hard enough that once you let go of the canvas, it kind of makes a kind of a dimple. Here. All right, so step by step. when you're putting tacks in, you put 2 tacks in each rib. But everyone I saw doing staples to see to put what staple, I guess there's the same amount of holes in it. Tu tiens ça? Tu tiens de main? Comme ça. Tire par en bas. C'est ça. Tire. Plus fort. Plus fort. Plus fort. Oups. Hey, c'est gros, hein? Ça, c'est pour faire de la forge. Tu te fais balancer? Hein? Tu te fais balancer? Ouais, le bateau papa est gros. Lucie, on a manqué. Ah ben là. Hein? On a manqué lui. Là. Marteau, s'il vous plaît. Merci. Le marteau. Pince, petit bâton. Ok, on met le prochain. So the more you get up to the side here, the more you get up farther ahead, there's more and more canvas on top, so it gets harder and harder to kind of get clamped down and pull it up to staple. So I'm going to go as far as I can, but then yeah, I'll have to cut it out or cut it away eventually. Okay. My helper had to go to bed, so still nice to having him even for a little bit in the garage. The jobs until now have been so messy that not really. I got up to as far as I could on either side, up to about here. There's whatever 3 feet from each side there. So I'm gonna cut this down and then I'm gonna flip it over and we'll go do the next part. Hopefully I'm doing this right. I tried to research as much as I could. I tried to ask as much questions as I could, but I think now it's just you gotta get to it. So it's really just the only ripples are where we stop stapling on the either end. So this is supposed to be kind of stretched. I have to cut it from about here. Yeah, from about here, right where it starts to get straight. So we're going to take one end, pulling it down, we're going to staple, I guess, tightly as we can. That way. I don't know what this is supposed to feel like. You know what I mean? Okay, so we have this fast dry mastic compound sealant, whatever, that is going to go along everywhere that this crack is, to help seal that area. So for sure, the only thing I can control really from here is the line from this way. So I gotta make sure that when I pull it nice and tight. I'm not sure if I need these right away, but so let's get this. lash underneath, so it's really hard. I need a tool belt. So I'm pulling down and over at the same time. Hopefully it's enough. I can even get my pliers in there. Alright, so I'll leave that there, like that. I'm gonna have to do this over again. Okay, so we'll do this part. Wonder if I should be putting filler in between that again. Now I'm going to flip this over and finish this end, because if I'm screwing it up, I don't feel like screwing up both ends at once. Alright, so now we continue. Now that we got pretty much right to the top, I think I could finish the top here. I think it makes sense to switch back over to this spot. So we'll keep going here. Putty's still there. Can use a little touch up. Alright. You guys can see that, but it's nice and tight against. Nice and tight against it. There's not really any ripples. I mean, all you have is the imperfections of the wood, but that, can't do anything about that. Alright, so that was one end. Sorry about that. So that was one end. I'm gonna go do the other side the same way. I'm not gonna bother. There's no room to tape over there anyway. So I'll go complete that. Then once that's done, I'll trim off the excess canvas. Get some bump in here. Let's see what that looks like after. Okay, so everything's canvassed. But I mean, for the size and stuff, it's looking pretty darn nice. Very nice. So I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna open the garage, take it out, and put the preservative on. So what we're using is, I got this at Home Hardware. It's called Clear Preservatives. Protects wood, canvas, rope against rot, mold, fungus, mildew, decay, and wood boarding insects. So yeah. So if you have a non-treated, oh yeah, I forgot. So I'm going to do this next, but I just forgot. I'm going to singe the canvas first to prep it for the finish. Okay. Please don't let me screw this up. It would really suck to have gotten this far. So I'll go in circles. Just letting the little tinges of fire going around. These are the little things that we want to get rid of. So going around little circles here. Brush it off afterwards. Well, that was exciting. The canvassing is done. It's crazy. It went really fast, like a couple hours, and it was done. I didn't talk much about what I was doing as I was doing it, I don't think. I kind of realized that afterwards. Maybe I talked more than I realized, but anyway. So, to recap what I did. I went about 3 feet on one side, then I would switch over 3 feet on the other side, and then I would switch over back and forth. Until there was too much canvas on the top and I couldn't reach it anymore and it wasn't practical. Also, when you would look, every time that I would stretch and I would look underneath, went towards the end, you'd see that the canvas, the way that the canoe's hanging, you can't really pull anymore. So at that point, you just switch sides. So you go from the middle on the other side, 3 feet on the either side, and so you keep making it taut on the other side. And same thing when you get to the end, whatever. Anyway, the end of the boat, where the boat from underneath, right when the end starts getting straight, I cut right from there out. That splits it in two. You fold one side over, and you keep kind of tugging away and down. And I didn't get too much explanation on that one. I didn't find any blogs or even videos that really show. I guess no matter what, at the end of the day, you gotta try it. So the one comment that I had stuck to that gave me more courage to tackle on this task was the fact that it's something that looks complicated, but is actually a lot simpler, and that's true. Honestly, it went well. I kept on. Did I do a perfect job? No, I did not. There was even when I looked at it, there's some ripples on the side, some slight give between the staples. Hopefully, when I put the outwall above that, it hides that defect. And either way, whatever, it's my first job, first try. I have this. You can't expect perfection. So, but all in all, it went well. I'm very satisfied with it until now. Hopefully, the only thing I'm worried about is this preservative. I have to leave it outside. It's like today is a nice day. It's -2 Celsius. It's pretty mild, but then it's like the rest of this week, so going back down to -25, -30, which is basically what we've been having for the last 2 months. So hopefully that doesn't damage the boat. I mean, I can't see how the cold could damage the wood that's completely dry, but hopefully it doesn't damage the canvas. Like -2 is good enough, is enough to freeze the preservative. I don't know. So that's what I was told. Just leave it outside. It's fine. Hopefully that goes okay. So I gotta leave it outside to completely, not really cure, but to get rid of the smell for a week. So I'll tackle the filling next weekend. So you feel free to ask any comments, ask any questions in the comments. If you, because this was like kind of a, not everyone has to tackle the whole, everything I've done until now, like the reparations and the stripping of the wood and all that stuff. Not everyone has to go through that. A lot of times, if you have a canoe that's just is in fine condition, everything else, but the canvas needs to be replaced, you're often starting at the project at this episode. So if anyone has any questions, let me know. Yeah, so it was fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. So the putty is going to be coming up next weekend, as I already said. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. That'll be a really probably the biggest challenge, and I keep saying that because I guess every step we learn so much new, so much stuff. But the next step is going to be a pretty big challenge. I'm kind of I want to make sure that the putty goes on properly. So I don't know how difficult this is going to be, but we're going to give it our best shot. So anyways, have a good week, guys. Talk to you later.